Many people were pleased to see a familiar face when Eric Dane reappeared on television. However, the moment held far more significance than any role he has ever played for those who are aware of what he has been dealing with behind closed doors. His return was not about performance. Presence was the key. About living with a diagnosis that transformed everything, about breathing, standing, and making the decision to be seen. ALS doesn't make much noise. Silently, it comes through subtle symptoms that are first easy to ignore, such as a moment when the body doesn't react as it usually does. A weakness here or stiffness there. Those situations gradually become unavoidable for Eric. Friends and close colleagues have described how he tried to keep things private in the beginning, not out of shame but out of desire to protect the people around him. He was not looking for sympathy, he didn't want the conversations to be defined by dread. Changes were apparent to those closest to him before the public did, emotionally as well as physically. Eric started to think more deeply and manage his time more carefully. According to those who worked with him, he began listening more than speaking, carefully selecting his words and giving importance to events that would have gone undetected in the past. A chuckle together, a silent check-in before leaving a room, there's a long pause. Eric's world became more focused on what is important while he was away from sets and interviews. When he felt overwhelmed by uncertainty, he found relief in his family, close friends, and little routines. He had given up on the next big thing. He was keeping energy safe, preserving dignity, defending the aspect of himself that even the most trying times still desired to be honest. People who have known him during this time frequently talk about how considerate he is of others. Eric was aware of how his disease affected those who loved him, even as he struggled with dread and physical change. He inquired about their coping mechanisms, even if it was the last thing he owed anyone. He reassured them. Few people can strike that balance between strength and weakness, but he does so in a subtle manner. His return to television was not taken lightly. There were times, according to people close to him, when he hesitated, doubted, and wondered if returning to the spotlight was the best decision. However, the decision ultimately had little to do with proving anything. It was about continuing to live his life as he saw fit, about not going away just because life had changed. On set, those around him reportedly treated the moment with an unspoken reverence. No dramatics, no uncomfortable silence. Just respect, just understanding that this wasn't the same Eric as before. And that was okay. He was still present, still engaged, still himself. Bravery in the conventional sense isn't what makes this part of Eric Dane's life so compelling. It's being truthful. It's allowing the world to see him not as invincible, not as broken, but as human. A man clinging to the most important aspect of himself while adjusting to a new reality. His tale is not one of illness, it has to do with endurance, about relationships that are strengthened and tested, about finding meaning when the future feels uncertain, and about repeatedly choosing to be present emotionally, genuinely, and without regret. We are moved by Eric Dane's comeback because it serves as a reminder of something very personal. Strength doesn't always seem obvious. Sometimes it appears to be just being present.